Alright, I know I look sick. We're just not gonna address that. But hi, welcome to another vlog. Oh my god, ew. I just touched something wet. Don't know what it was. We're gonna pretend that didn't happen. So I just finished a book. It was Dread Nation by Justina Ireland, and it was really good. It takes place post-Civil War in and around Baltimore. During the Civil War time, all of a sudden there were zombies. Hey! Okay. Eating my underwear? Not what we're gonna do. That's not allowed. You little nasty. All my vlogs from now on are gonna be incoherent sentences in between me trying to manage my freaking dog, who is unmanageable. Just kidding. He's actually really well behaved as long as I am not active. Like if I am doing anything, then he's crazy. But if I'm just like chilling, watching Netflix, reading a book, then he's fine to just chill with me. But the second I start moving around or talking, he freaks out. Okay, what was I saying? Oh right, okay, I finished Dread Nation. I think I was in the middle of explaining what it was about. Clearly, we are not very professional on this channel. Right, zombies, Civil War. Black teenagers are being trained to fight the zombies and protect wealthy white people. And so we follow our main character, Jane, who is biracial and bisexual, and she, for the first half of the book, is attending a kind of finishing boarding school where you train to fight zombies, and then the second half of the book, she's not at the school. She's doing other things. I love zombie stuff, so I think I was just inclined to like it, and I love historical fiction, especially ones that kind of integrate genre fiction things. Like I really love historical fiction that has fantasy elements or horror elements or sci-fi elements, whatever it be. So yeah, it was really good. I ended up giving it 4 stars. The first half I think would have been 5 stars, but I liked the first half of the book much better than the second half. It's split into 2 parts. And so the first half of the book, they're at this boarding school, and I really liked that part. And then the second half, it takes it in a different direction, and it wasn't bad. I just wasn't as interested, and I kind of wanted to go back to the boarding school part, but it was fine. So yeah, I ended up giving it 4 stars. Now, I don't know what I want to read. I have a couple options. The first one is The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. I really want to read this, and I have it on audio because I want to get to Circe, but I want to read this first. So that is an option of something that I can read. I also have an ARC and the audiobook for Space Opera by Catherine M. Valente. It's basically like Eurovision, but intergalactic. Eurovision, is that what it's called? I'm American. I don't know much about Eurovision, but it sounds really weird and fun, and so that's another option. And then I also have an ARC for Witchmark by C.L. Polk, and this comes out in June, and this just sounds really fun. It's kind of like a magical, historical, witch magic book. So those are my options right now, but I don't know what to pick. So I think what I'm gonna do, read the first chapter of those 3 books that I mentioned, so these 2 and then Space Opera, and I'll see which one I'm most interested in, because they're all so different and different genres and tones, and I don't know if I want something fun or if I want something that's probably gonna break my heart or something that's kind of in between. I don't know. So I'm gonna go do that, and then I'll come back and let you guys know what I picked. Okay, so I read the first 3 chapters of those books that I mentioned in the last clip, but for some reason, I just wasn't feeling any of them, and I didn't want to force myself to read something that I wasn't into. None of them were bad. I don't think I was in the mood for those. So instead, I started listening to an audiobook, and it was called The Sainted Armor by Mikey Cole. It basically took place in a fantasy world where people are very afraid of wizards because it is told that a wizard has a portal to hell in their eye. And so there's kind of this like mass hysteria through this world that really reminded me of the witch trials, because if anyone was suspected of being a wizard, suspected of knowing a wizard, suspected of aiding a wizard, you get killed in a really violent way. The first scene of this book opens up, so it just kind of like set the tone of how brutal this world is. And so we follow this girl who I think was like 16. It's more of a character-driven story than a plot-driven. It was kind of just more of an evaluation of a community in this world and how they respond and react to these accusations. Also, there was a really big emphasis on sexuality because the main character had feelings for her best friend who was a girl, and so she was trying to figure that out. I really, really liked it, and I liked the main character. So I just finished editing a video that I'm really excited to upload. Basically what I did is I let Goodreads choose my TBR for the month, and I have 5 books that Goodreads has chosen for me. I actually just finished my first one. Go watch that video because right now I'm gonna spoil what one of the books was. But I just finished Leah on the Offbeat by Becky Albertalli, and this is the companion to Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda, and it follows Leah, obviously, and her coming out as bi. It's weird because like I don't really know how much to say about it because it technically is a sequel. Like I wouldn't recommend reading, even though like it's a companion, I wouldn't recommend reading it before Simon, but I really, really liked it. I did have a couple problems with it, which I wrote in my Goodreads review in the like spoiler section, so if you really want to go read that, you can. I guess to keep it as cryptic as I can, I really liked the couple. It is a female-female romance. I was really excited to see it happen. I just don't think I really liked the way that it happened. I just wish there was more time. Like this book takes place like right at the end of their senior year around prom, and I just wish that maybe this was pushed a little bit later in time, like their first year of college or something. I just don't want to spoil anything because it's just such a cute book, and for the fans, I don't want to ruin it for you guys, okay? So I just finished that, and so now I'm trying to decide what other book I want to start. I'm not sure if I want to start one from my Goodreads challenge TBR, or I also have another TBR that I'm going to be working on this month, which I'm not going to do a TBR video because it would be so dumb if I posted 2 TBR videos for the same month. But basically the stack of books that I'm working on that aren't part of the Goodreads challenge are all books by Asian authors. May is Asian Pacific American Awareness Month. I'm pretty sure that's the title. So yeah, I have a stack of books. Oh my god, I totally didn't think this through because my camera is sitting on the stack of books. Hang on, let me figure this out because I want to show you guys what they are. Alright, let's just take you down for a minute. So this is the stack of books I'm going to be pulling from. You can pause the video and take a closer look at what they are. I'm not going to go through all of them. I definitely won't be able to read all of these this month because like I said, I'm going to LA this weekend for YALLWEST, which I'm so excited for. Oh, I'm also going to be reading Ember in the Ashes. For sure the first one. We'll see if I get to the second one, but this will be what I read on the plane. I'm already like halfway into it, I think, and I'm just saving the last parts for the plane because I don't know if anyone else is like this, but I, for some reason, cannot start a book on the plane. The only way I'm able to read on a plane is if I've already started the book because I don't know why. I think I just get really distracted easily when I'm on planes or when I'm around a lot of people. So if I'm not already like really invested in the book, I just can't. My mind cannot focus on it.
Okay, so I thought I would do a little plan with me in my bullet journal because I mostly use it for reading. This is kind of what my typical page looks like. On the left, I track the pages I read every day, and then on the right, I have my TBRs and the books that I've read. And then this is my favorite page. It's this bookshelf that I drew, and I write in every book that I have read this year. Okay, so here I just do this little box thing, and that's where I track my videos that I want to film, and then I just have little check marks on the side for if I have filmed, edited, or uploaded, and then I keep track of my review books and if I've reviewed them. And then I also put in my TBR for the month. Usually right here, I'll just have a random list of books from the library or ones that I own, but sometimes I have themed TBRs, like this month I'm doing a Goodreads chooses my TBR, and so I wrote those in. And then I just added a little drop shadow because it looks nice. And well, bam, there we go. That's my bullet journal.
Okay, so I haven't filmed any vlog clips in a while because, like I said, I went to LA for the weekend, and while I was there, I kind of just never really felt like vlogging. Every time I took out my camera, I don't know, I just kind of wanted to enjoy the vacation. I'm a horrible vlogger because whenever anything vlog-worthy is going on in my life, the last thing I want to do is film it. In case I didn't explain it before, I went to Santa Monica with my two friends, Lainey and Kenya. We were going there for YALLWEST. YALLWEST is like a teen book convention or festival, I don't really know, where a bunch of YA authors come and do signings. All the publishers have booths and they have arcs, and it's just a fun time. I'd never been before, so I was really excited to go. So yeah, we got there on Friday, and that night Fierce Reads, I think, was hosting where you could go and get a lot of your books signed on Friday so that on Saturday for the main event you could kind of enjoy it more and not be waiting in signing lines the whole time. So we went to that, even though I didn't bring any books at all to get signed, because I feel like at this point in my book life, I'm just kind of, I don't know, I used to be so excited to meet authors, and it was like I was meeting celebrities and I wanted to get my book signed, but now I just don't care. Like, I love to meet authors and talk to them, but I don't care about getting my book signed. So like waiting in line for 2 hours to get a signature is not my idea of a good time. And there wasn't much to do at this event, but then Saturday we went to the main event of YALLWEST, and it was really fun but very hot, and I got very sunburned. And so we just kind of walked around and went to a bunch of booths, and I got arcs, and like I said, I didn't bring any books to get signed, so pretty much throughout the day I was just going to panels. And at one point Lainey went to get Saba Tahir's books signed, which was like a 3-hour process. So Kenya and I went and found like an air-conditioned room with really nice seats, and we just chilled in there for hours. We actually fell asleep at one point. I think I in total saw like 5 or 6 panels, and they were really kind of hit or miss. I think it just depended on who was on the panel, because a couple of them, there were authors on the panel who just, I don't know if they'd never been on a panel before or what, but I'm not gonna say any names. But there were a couple authors who just didn't seem like they've ever interacted with other people before. It sounds like so rude, but they couldn't really carry a conversation or answer questions. They would kind of talk in circles, and at like one point I would just have no idea what they were talking about or how they even got there. But a couple of the panels were really good. There was one I saw, the first one during the day, which was about writing fails, and Alexandra Bracken and Rachel Hawkins were on that panel. I think E. Lockhart was there too, and they kind of just talked about some of their failures in writing and publishing, which was really interesting. So then Sunday we just kind of had like our vacation day. We went down to the beach and we rented scooters and we just like rode them all around the beach. We went to the Santa Monica Pier, and it was a really fun day. I really enjoyed my trip, and I wish I could go back. But I got really sunburned. I don't know if you can see. You can kind of see it. It's turning to tan, but it's like the most annoying sunburn because I got burned where my backpack was. So I just have these weird lines, and it's not cute. So that was really fun. Oh, and let me show you guys, I got a couple books. Let me go grab those. I almost signed off this video without showing you the books, which is the whole point. So I only got 5 books. I got 3 arcs and then 2 books that are already out. So the first arc, this one I was really excited about, and that is Grace and Fury by Tracy Banghart. This is about 2 sisters, and it says, in a world where women have no rights, sisters face 2 very different fates. one in the palace, the other in the prison. It honestly kind of reminds me of the show Rain. The next one I was super excited to get, and that was Mirage. I think it's a sci-fi, but from the reviews that I've read, it seems kind of like a sci-fi fantasy blend. The main character is like an exact double of the queen, and so she goes to be her body double so that if someone tries to execute the queen, they will kill her body double instead. And it says that she kind of has something going on with the queen's fiance. It really reminds me of Star Wars and how Keira Knightley was Natalie Portman's body double. The next one, it is Give the Dark My Love by Beth Revis. All I know about this is it's a fantasy and it takes place in like this academy where they learn about medicinal alchemy. And then the other two books I got have already come out, and the first one is And I Darken by Kirsten White, and this is, I believe, a retelling, or it's based on Vlad the Impaler. I don't know, I'm excited. I've heard mixed things about this. I've heard a lot of people love it, I've heard a lot of people don't, but I'm excited to read it. And then the last book I got is Arrow Shaw and the End of Time by Roshni Chokshi, and this I have started reading, and if you watched my Goodreads Picks My TBR, this was one of the books that Goodreads selected for me, so I'm going to be finishing it in the month of May. So I think that this is where I'm going to end the vlog. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!